So I watched a couple TV shows this week. I'm gonna focus on Grey's Anatomy, season 7. I watched a couple episodes from that this week, including the musical episode, the episode that came right before it. And I also watched The Mandalorian, season 2, the first 2 episodes, which I was very excited about. And so the things I found surprising, well, with Grey's Anatomy, I never really paid attention to how, ethnically diverse it was before, or how, they have so many characters that are different ethnic backgrounds. And I think Grey's Anatomy does a really good job at that. Especially season 7 for sure. I noticed it a little in the first season, but I think I noticed it kind of more so even later down the line, in the later seasons. But yeah, I didn't really think about it until I guess, I was asked to think about it. But yeah, The Mandalorian wasn't quite as ethnically diverse, but it's really hard to make that an ethnically diverse show because of the fact that, there's so many characters that are different, intergalactic species, so we don't really know what ethnicity, a lot of those different character races are that, don't look like standard people. So it's hard to tell with that, but I did a little research actually on the voice actors because I wasn't really sure. And I did find that there was some ethnic diversity there with the voice actors, more than I expected. But you can't really tell a whole lot from watching it. You don't really know unless you actually look up the cast, because most of the ethnic diversity in The Mandalorian comes with characters that are not actually human. I mean, yeah, there is some, but I think there's maybe not quite as much as Grey's Anatomy, but Grey's Anatomy also has a much wider range of characters that are in it consistently. The Mandalorian has a lot of different characters per episode. There's really only, a couple characters that are in it every episode, Mando and little baby Yoda. And there has been, plot arcs that go through multiple episodes with the same characters, but I saw that in the first season more than in the second season. There's only been 2 episodes released before, so maybe they'll do that more later. But I think it was really cool that they considered ethnic diversity for the cast of The Mandalorian when they could probably get away with not considering it as much, because all the different races that aren't human, different species, intergalactic species, you don't know. So it's they could kind of get away with not, but I can see from looking at the cast that they still did. So anyway, that's what surprised me from watching my shows this week. Thank you for listening.